I Know What You Did Last Summer. The film opens with Ava Brooks arriving at her old house in preparation for the engagement party of her best friend, Danica Richards. Ava is still recovering from the loss of her mother and is also nervous about running into her old high school boyfriend, Milo Griffin. The friends gather at the party, reuniting after a long period away. Danica is engaged to Teddy Spencer, son of local real estate developer. Milo also still has feelings for Ava, but he tells Teddy they are just friends. After the party, the four friends run into a former friend, Stevie Ward and her friend Hannah. Stevie is bitter towards the others for feeling that they ditched her after high school, but they invite her to tag along with them, and she accepts. The five drive through the streets and stop to watch a fireworks display. Teddy is goofing off in the middle of the street and nearly gets hit by a car until Milo pushes him out of the way, which causes everyone to stop thinking his behavior is funny. A pickup truck then drives by and swerves to avoid hitting Teddy, causing it to break through the guardrail. The five attempt to free the driver and stop the truck from falling, but the truck slips from their grasp and crashes to the rocks below. Milo calls the cops, but they flee the scene. Danica makes Ava promise to not tell anybody about what happened. 1 year later, Ava is going to Southport for Danica's bridal shower during the 4th of July weekend. Ava hooks up with a young woman named Tyler, and the two are picked up by Milo. Tyler mentions her podcast, Live, Laugh, Slaughter. The friends gather at the party, where it turns out that Danica and Teddy broke up, and she is now engaged to Wyatt. While opening gifts and cards, Danica gets a card that reads, "I Know What You Did Last Summer." She privately shows Ava, Milo, and Stevie, thinking that it must be from Teddy, still pissed over their breakup. Ava, Milo, and Stevie go to Teddy's boat at the docks, as he is now spending most of his days drunk. He denies having sent the note to Danica. Later that night, Danica and Wyatt are alone at home. She goes to take a bath, but he sees the lights outside turn on and suspects that someone is in the backyard. After seeing nobody, Wyatt turns around and is shot through the back with a harpoon gun. The assailant pulls it out and fires again, hitting him through the abdomen. The figure is dressed in a black slicker and carries a hook, reminiscent of the fisherman that committed the original Southport massacre. The fisherman slashes Wyatt with a hook, but Danica cannot hear anything since she is listening to a tape during her bath. When she goes downstairs, she discovers Wyatt's corpse positioned upright, while "You can't erase the past" is written on the wall in his blood. Danica's friends join her at the police station. They later join to discuss who could be targeting them, especially since Wyatt was not even with them during the accident. They know that the victim's name was Sam Cooper, but they could not find anybody linked to him. Ava remembers Tyler and her obsession with the Southport massacre, so she arranges to meet with her to figure things out. Ava meets with Tyler, who explains the original massacre to her. Tyler brings Ava to the Bayside house where the fisherman had attacked before. The current fisherman appears and attacks Ava and Tyler. The killer traps Ava in a cage before chasing Tyler upstairs. Stevie arrives after getting a concerned message from Ava, and Ava manages to free herself. Tyler gets stabbed and manages to unmask the fisherman, seemingly recognizing him after saying, "You." The fisherman then kills Tyler by hanging her by the neck out the window, which Ava and Stevie witness. The citizens of Southport attend a town meeting after Tyler's death, which Grant is trying to cover up as just a suicide for fear that this will scare away tourists from the holiday weekend. Among those who believe that something is happening again is Ray Bronson, one of the original Southport massacre survivors who is also Stevie's boss. Desperate for help, Ava drives to a nearby town to track down Julie James. She is now a professor at a college, and she wants to put that part of her life in the past. But when she sees that Ava is in serious need of help, Julie invites Ava to her home to try and offer some advice on what she can do to help. It is also revealed that Julie and Ray are divorced, and they now hate each other. Ava later goes with Milo and Stevie to an impound lot, believing that Sam's truck was brought there after the accident. They are able to determine that the truck belonged to a local pastor named Judah Gillespie and that Sam stole the truck from him. Danica and Teddy go to the cemetery where they find the graves of the original Southport victims, as well as Sam's grave, which has fresh flowers laid upon it. They find the groundskeeper and ask him if he can check the security footage to see who left the flowers. When the groundskeeper goes to check, he gets his throat slashed by the fisherman. Teddy goes to find the man, but the fisherman appears and chases Danica into a nearby building. She hides in a parade float but is caught by the fisherman. Before he can kill her, Teddy tackles him, but he escapes. Teddy brings Danica to his house to recover. Later, Milo goes to get his phone charger from the car. Before he can go back inside, the fisherman emerges and strangles Milo with a rope before snapping his neck. The killer then takes Milo's phone and makes Ava think that Milo is leaving for the night. Ray goes to visit Julie, who is none too happy to see him. He confronts Julie over her telling Ava to investigate the killer herself, as she and her friends could fall victim to the same things their own friends did. The next day, Danica and Ava go to the church. Danica sneaks off into Judah's office and goes through Judah's notebooks, finding pictures of himself with Sam. Ava warns Danica that Judah is coming, and she manages to hide and go undetected. Danica and Ava then go to the police station with claims against Judah, but they are not allowed to leave the station. Teddy is at home when the fisherman tries to attack him, after earlier leaving him a warning that he is next. Teddy fights back but is stabbed multiple times, unable to alert Jill. Grant goes outside and finds his son dying. The fisherman then stabs Grant through the throat with his hook. Danica has a nightmare while still at the police station, where she ends up at the Bayside house. She is met by a vision of Helen Shivers, one of the original victims, as well as a croaker queen like Danica was. Helen is standing over Wyatt's body with a hook, telling Danica that she is going to get what she deserves, just like she did. Danica wakes up as the police station is scrambling in a panic. She and Ava are told to go, and they meet with Stevie outside to find Teddy and Grant's bodies hung up. Danica breaks down, made worse when they find Milo's car, and Ava discovers his corpse in the back seat and also breaks down. Stevie leads the two to a boat so they can get the hell out of Southport. The police show up at the church to arrest Judah, only to discover he has already been murdered. One of the officers then sees a picture on the wall, one of Judah with a group of church patrons. They include Sam, and standing next to Sam is Stevie. After going far enough out at sea, Stevie drops anchor and reveals herself as the fisherman to Danica and Ava. She was romantically involved with Sam after feeling that her old friends ditched her. Stevie contacted Sam to pick her up since she was starting to get uncomfortable with her friends. But she had no idea that it was him who crashed the truck until she read about it in the news. She has been plotting her revenge against her friends, starting with killing the men that Danica and Ava loved. The two fight back against Stevie and run to the deck. Stevie grabs Danica at hook point just as Ray arrives to try and stop Stevie. She stabs Danica in the chest with the hook and throws her off the boat, and Ray shoots Stevie into the water. Ray brings Ava back to Southport. She contacts Julie and wonders how Stevie could have been acting alone. And Julie realizes that Stevie was never alone. In Ray's boat, Ava quickly figures out that he was Stevie's accomplice, and he intends to kill Ava now, even though Stevie had originally wanted to spare her, thinking she wasn't nearly as bad as the others. Julie arrives and finds Ava having already been stabbed in the back. She confronts her ex-husband, who basically went insane from his trauma and felt that what happened to them was being erased through history, so he needed people to remember. Before Ray can take the hook to Julie, Ava shoots him with the harpoon gun. Danica washes up on the shore alive and is brought to the hospital where she reunites with Ava. The two grab some food by the beach and rekindle their friendship. Then Ava tells Danica that Stevie is still alive.